Hey everybody, and welcome to the next episode of Marvel Champions, my Gamora playthrough through the rise of the Red Skull campaign. There it is, right here. So Gamora, you know her, you love her. You may include up to 6 attack and or thwart events in your deck from an aspect other than your chosen aspect, and look at the top card of your deck. If it's an attack or thwart event, we draw it, limit once per round. We still have this recovery upgrade, so we get plus 4 hit points, putting us up to 10. And we get plus 1 recovery, so we do recover for 4. That's a pretty big boost there, if and when we switch back. We're going up against Zola, TV Man. He has Retaliate 1, 2 Scheme, 1 Attack. I've resolved all of this stuff, so we're going to shuffle the encounter deck and reveal this. Force Response. After resolving step 1 of the villain phase, place 1 test counter here. Then, if there are 3 or more test counters here, discard cards from the top of the encounter deck until a minion is discarded. Put that minion into play, engage with the first player, and remove 3 test counters from this scheme. He does scheme for 2, so he can scheme pretty quick, and he also has Retaliate 1. Hydra Prison is our side scheme currently in play. When revealed, each player searches their deck, discard pile in hand for a hero-specific ally and places it face down beneath the scheme, and we place X threat on the scheme where X is the total cost of all allies beneath it, and then each player shuffles their deck. When defeated, remove this scheme from the game and return each ally beneath it to its owner's hand. So we only have one hero-centric ally in our deck. As I learned, I did this wrong last time. We have Nebula. After she enters play, search our deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to your hand, then shuffle your deck. Shall we see what our opening situation is? We have 6 cards to draw. Let's see what we got here. Okay, well, we can, burn these with the hope being that we can find a lightning bolt for Shang-Chi. He is still free, so, playing him for free kind of seems nice. I think I might even burn this Press the Advantage. I don't know how I feel. I mean, I actually think this is pretty fine, because it basically is free to put out. So we'll draw 3 more cards to replace this. Okay. Okay. There's things here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by looking at the top card of our deck. It's Spider-Girl. And then we're going to do Plan of Attack, which we actually should have done in the other order now that I think about it. So we're going to search the top 7 cards of our deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 for an attack event, and then we add that card to our hand. Well, we're going to grab the cross counter because everything else is pretty much not what we're looking for. So now I believe what we can do, we return the bottommost, so that'll be Dropkick. Okay. So I believe what we're going to do is we're going to play Shang-Chi. He's just stats for free right now, right? I'm going to... I want to play this cross counter. It seems really good. We're going to switch into hero mode. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to pay for these with these things. But I do think that this is still fine. Am I doing this? One second. Am I doing this all wrong? I should have discarded that first. No. My lightning bolt was this one. And I should have not flipped yet. So I'm still here. Bear with me. I'm kind of just... this really just does nothing right now, does it? So then we switch to this mode. Ooh, I wonder... if we both thwart this away, we can then draw Nebula. We can defeat this. And then I can play Nebula, as much as I want to keep this cross counter. So after Nebula enters play, search your deck for an attack or thwart event and add it to our hand. Ooh, if we're looking for one that costs 1. Like, we're looking at one that costs 1 that we could potentially play this turn. Honestly, I think I'm just going to grab another cross counter. I think that's going to do really well for us. And I don't want to do anything with this, so we're just going to go into the ready phase. We're going to draw 4 cards. Let's move this over here, our economy. Okay. This hand looks nice. All right. This goes here. This goes... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. We'll just move this like right there. This goes up 1. So after resolving step 1, all right. So then this guy's going to attack us for 1. He's going to get boosted. It's going to come through undefended. Shuffle Zola's Mutate into the encounter deck. We're going to take 1 damage. This guy's also going to attack us for 1 damage as well. Okay, I got to sneeze. I'm going to just pause. All right, sneeze is averted. Let's see what our evil card for the turn is. All right. Oh, I didn't cross counter. You know what? We wanted to cross counter. So we'll cross counter the damage from this attack. Sorry, my sneeze got into my brain. You know how it is. So I'm going to prevent that damage. I'm going to deal 1 damage to this enemy. And I'll remove this threat from this scheme. Because we played one of these, we get to... And I have to exhaust that. We get to deal 1 damage to an enemy. I'm going to actually deal that to Mr. Zola. And then we also get to remove a threat from a scheme, but we did not. Okay. Then this guy shows up. And now we're looking at this situation. Okay. Sweet. All right. Well, I am going to spend this strength to play this. And then we're going to use these 2 to play this Decisive Blow. So we're going to deal 4 damage to an enemy. We're just going to send this guy into the stratosphere. We're going to say, bye, thanks for coming out. We really appreciate you. And then we're going to, I think, we're just going to try to keep these guys down. We don't want Nebula to stay in play too long because she is prone to betraying us. So we're just going to finish this guy off. We're not really making like I mean, actually, honestly, no, things are fine. Things are totally fine here. All right. We'll go to upkeep. We'll draw 5 cards. There's my sword. That's really nice. It is going to be expensive to play. But that's okay. All right, this goes to 1, this goes to 2. This guy's going to attack us for 1. It'll come through undefended. Hey, we'll take 3 damage. There's Nebula trying to betray us, but luckily now we don't need to panic. Under attack, each player chooses either place 2 threat here or deal 3 damage to their hero. I think I'm okay with going up to 5. I think that's totally okay with me. Okay. So... Huh. I really want to get the sword out, but I feel like this might not be the turn. The problem is we have the economy to play this, because we can play this with only using fist attack. So we can actually confuse Zola, which does seem kind of nice, because then we can clear this out. We can go into our good phase. We do lose Shang-Chi and Nebula for that, though. So, like, maybe we just don't. Like, we remove 2 threat with this, putting it down to 3. We play the Concussive Blow. We deal 3 damage to him. He retaliates for 1. But what we do get to do is we get to remove one threat from this location. He won't scheme, only the enemy will scheme, which will be a fixed amount, which means we can probably clean up this mess beforehand. We also don't need to worry about Nebula, so we can use her to chump block. But we do have like 1,000,000 health though, so it's like really not a problem. If we switch into this other mode, so let's say we use this and this, we can switch into this other mode and we can actually grab a card, heal a damage, and then also play Gamora's sword this turn. That actually sounds like a pretty good line, now that I'm kind of saying it out loud. So we're going to bring this down to 3. We are going to spend 1, 2, fist. So fist, fist, fist to play Concussive Blow. So we're going to confuse an enemy. If we play only with fist, we deal 3 damage. 1, 2, 3. This guy is going to retaliate for 1. Because we played an attack event, we get to reduce this to 2. It just says a scheme. Let me look up the peril keyword. Let me look that up. No, so that's not peril. That's crisis. That's crisis. I'm thinking, all right. I'm pretty sure, so this one I know you can't thwart it, but can you not remove threat from other things is what I'm trying to figure out here. Justin and his rulebooks, there's no better combination than these two things. Crisis. It must be defeated before threat can be removed from the scheme. Absolutely perfect, so we'll just do that as written. All right, we're going to flip into this mode. I am going to use Conditioning Room to return the bottommost, which is going to be this Concussive Blow. Not that Concussive Blow, this Concussive Blow. We'll also get a heal 1 damage from Gamora, which is really nice. And then we're going to spend 1... As much as I want to play Nick Fury, I think obviously getting the sword online is where things start to get really juicy because we haven't drawn any of our 0-cost cards, which we should start hitting here, which are going to be really nice. The last thing I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the top card of my deck. It's White Tiger, baby. All right, we'll end our turn. We'll draw 6 cards. Okay, well, we're in Ally City right now. This Spider-Girl is actually going to be really nice here. Nice. I mean, I think this hand is going to be kind of really good. All right, so this is going to come here. This is going to go here. After resolving, place 3 more test counters, discard cards until a minion is discarded. Then we draw and resolve that minion. Hey, it's this guy. We know him. Toughness. And then remove 3 test counters from the scheme. All right, this guy would scheme, but he is confused. What then happens is this guy does scheme for 1. And then we get our evil card for the turn, which is hopefully not the thing that lets him scheme. Zola's Experiments. After a minion enters play, attach the topmost tech attachment in the encounter discard pile to that minion. 3 per player. Okay, so we have things to do. But I think this is honestly going to kind of be kind of nice. So we're going to start here. We're going to take the bottommost, which is press the advantage. We're also going to look at the top card of our deck. If it's an attack or thwart event, we'll put it in our hand. Okay. We draw it, rather. This is good. This is a good hand. There's a lot of things we can do. Am I going to worry about healing? Probably not, right? Probably not. So we can switch into hero mode because I think the attacks are going to be better. I think our attack approach is going to be better here. Okay. Well, I am going to start by generating a wild event. Actually, no, we keep this back. I think we use one clear the area to play the other. So we're going to remove 2 threat from this scheme. If this removes... Actually, no, sorry. We're going to use one of these press the advantages to play this clear the area. Are we? No, we're going to use the clear the area to pay for the clear the area. Okay. So, after remove 2 threat from a scheme, if this removes the last threat on a scheme, we draw a card. Okay. Because we played a thwart event, we can deal 1 damage to an enemy. We're going to do that to this Bioservant to get rid of his tough status effect. Okay. Okay, so what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to spend these 2 to play Spider-Girl. And then when she enters play, we're going to stun and confuse a minion. We're going to then generate a fist for press the advantage. And we're going to deal 2 damage to a stunned enemy. Do 2 damage to an enemy. If that enemy is stunned or confused, we'll draw a card. So we'll deal 2 damage to this guy, which will allow us to draw a card. Okay, that's sweet. After we play an attack event, we can deal 1 damage to an enemy. So we're just going to chop up Zola a little bit. And I think what we want to do next is we're going to send in Nebula to defeat this guy. So Nebula's going to go. But that's okay, because we're then going to play White Tiger, and I am going to spend a science resource. We obviously didn't take full advantage of this, but I think that's okay. We're going to spend a science resource to remove 3 threat from a scheme to get rid of this. We're then going to send her in to clear off all the threat from this scheme, because that seems like a good thing to do. I think we don't need to rush into this. We're going to play this attack event, so we're going to deal 2 damage plus 1 because of this, and then we'll take 1 on the retaliate. Okay. I don't think we need to rush into this Electra. This is going to be good. This Dropkick is going to be nice. Okay. This is going to go up to 1. This is going to go here. This guy is going to attack, and I think I'm actually going to throw Shang-Chi in front of this. Place 1 test counter on the main scheme. For each test counter, he gets +1 scheme. That's a dirty card. Anyway, Shang-Chi is defeated. Our evil card for the turn is Concussive Blast. Deal 1 damage to each friendly character. That's not too bad, TBH. That's not too bad at all. Okay. So, I think what we actually do is we start with I think we're going to start with the Dropkick. So we'll deal 4 damage to an enemy. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to stun that enemy and draw a card. But we also defeat him, so we're going to advance him to his next phase. When revealed, search the encounter deck and discard pile for the test subject side scheme and reveal it. I think that's the one we already had, right? No, that's the Zola's Experiments. Okay. Test subjects. Then we also take 1 retaliate damage. So this is when defeated, the first player discards card from the top of the counter deck until they discard a minion, and then we reveal that minion. And there's 2 threat here. Okay. So we drew our card. Interesting. We're going to remove 1 from this, and we also have our attack, which I think we actually had to use... No, this is after, so we can do this here. Okay. Where's your stun token, Zola? There it is. Okay. So I think what we do here is we're actually going to send White Tiger in to clear this out. So we're going to discard cards until we reveal a minion. Hey, it's this guy. And then he's going to get a tech. Till tech attachment, okay. That's Zola, baby. No. Okay. Alright. Touch a minion with the most remaining hit points. He gets +2 hit points and gains retaliate 1. Okay, so this is kind of... He's kind of a big boy now. So this guy has 7 hit points. And he gains retaliate 1. Okay. So White Tiger is now gone. Okay. So I think what we do is we press the advantage. So we're going to deal 2 damage to an enemy. It's going to retaliate 1. If that guy is stunned or confused, we draw a card. Because we played an attack event... Ooh. Because we played an attack event, I get to deal 1 to somebody. And I think it might be Zola. Unless we get an enemy that can defend Zola, we're like going to be sitting pretty. Alright, so I think what we do is we end this turn by playing Electra. And I'm going to spend a fist to grab 3. We're going to send in her. That's going to cause some retaliations to happen. And then I think, honestly... no, we don't need to rush. We don't need to rush. I'm just going to... I'm going to leave Gamora back to defend worst case scenario. I think that this is kind of be okay, though. So I'm going to draw 4 cards. All right, yeah. Depending on what happens here, I think we're going to be A-okay. It really depends on the minion we get. Oh, this should be gone. Sorry, we got rid of that a while ago. Hey, it's this guy. We're best friends with this guy. All right. So this guy does no stun. He does no attack. I think Spider-Girl's going to defend against this 2. We don't really need her. And then we'll just take the 1 from this guy. All right. A lot rides on this card. Sure. Hey, he gets this thing. Attach a minion. He gains guard. That's exactly what we did not want to see. That is the keyword that we were hoping to not get, and we just happened to get the last card in the deck. Okay, but can we deal enough to Zola here? Because we're kind of like banking on this right now. So she can deal 3. And then we can deal 4. Oh, no, we got this. It's over. It's over. So we have 1, 2, 3. We're going to drop kick this guy for 4 damage. 1, 2, 3, 4. We can then ping him for 1 with the Gamora sword. And we will bring this down to 0 with Gamora's ability. Yeah, this guy doesn't have toughness or anything. He's just a guy. Once remaining hit points without another copy of defensive. If you cannot, this card gains surge. Attached, yeah. Gets +2 in hit points, so then he has 7. Okay, that's fine. But these guys don't have guard. They're just tough. They're just tough. And retaliate, of course. Alright, so then Elektra's going to finish him off. Elektra does not go in the void. So then this guy dies. So now the guard is no more. So then what we can do is we can spend 1, 2, 3 to play Concussive Blow, which deals 1, 2, 3. We don't need to worry about the retaliate. And we walk away with a victory. Thank you, Gamora. So that means in the next episode, we're going up against Red Skull. And last time I went up against Red Skull, I lost. And we're going to fall, unless it's like an absolute trouncing where we die in like 2 turns, we're going to follow the same rules we did for the last Red Skull episode. Either he wins or I win. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys next Sunday for the final episode of this Gamora run through Rise of the Red Skull. I hope you enjoyed it. Have a great one. And as always, GG's.